What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Evercrisis video. Alright guys, while we have a little bit of a lull going before the new year starts, I do want to update the tier list because we obviously have a lot of new players who have joined Steam, and for those who are currently leveling up your characters, who to focus on. Now, this is going to be strictly opinionated, but also based on the banners that have been released, also based on the character's utility, what they can cover in terms of roles, and where they are in regards to overall weapon selection and garb selection. Now, keeping in mind, every character is fine. There, you can use whoever you want, but there are just some that have better advantages than others due to be quite honest, the game developers' releases of banners, weapons, and garbs. That's really it at the end of the day, right? So let's start off from the top. Now, this I made an original tier list a long time ago, like when the game first ever came out. That has now drastically changed, and I'm gonna go over each one and talk about this now. Okay, so let's start off with our boy Cloud. Obviously, Cloud is going to be S tier for sure. Easily the best physical damage dealing unit in the game. Has the most amount of outfits, if I can recall. It's probably tied between him and Tifa and Aerith. Actually, not Tifa. Sorry, no, definitely Cloud. Cloud definitely has it. So he has the Sailor outfit, the Murasame outfit, the Zidane outfit. He's got the Halloween outfit. Does he have a Christmas outfit? I don't think he has a Christmas outfit. So, I mean, he's still got 4 really good outfits, plus not to mention the ones you can choose from the gear shop and his OG outfit as well, too. So, Cloud is the best physical damage dealer in the game, has some of the best elements. So he has water, lightning. He's got the Zidane sword in terms of power creep. If you went for the Final Fantasy IX crossover, can cover healing with his crystal sword, can do magic with most of his weapons as well. Some of his weapons can do physical defense down, can do magic defense up. Overall, the total package character. Limit break wise, he's got the cross slash obviously, which is a powerful limit break, single target limit break, and he's got blade beam, which is an AoE limit break. So overall, Cloud is going to be in most parties as your main physical damage dealing unit, but can also fill literally any role in the game, making him one of the best characters, hands down. Next up is going to be Tifa. Now, she's my personal favorite, also S tier. I call her the queen of debuffs, but she literally has the same utility as Cloud in regards to being able to do it all, right? So her somersault, LB, which is only 800 cost versus 1,000 something, is going to do physical defense down, magic defense down. Her water kick is actually very powerful in terms of damage. She's got great weapons for physical and magic. She's got a 4 ATB heal versus a 5 ATB heal. Has incredible garbs to accompany that. Now just recently got a Christmas physical ice weapon. The only thing Tifa really lacks is a little bit of magic utility. She's got Power Soul, which does immense magic damage. And a couple other options to give her some more magic DPS, but overall she is also a physical character, but she brings so much to the table with her leather gloves, tiger fangs for debuffing, and also motor drive for DPS, that really you can't go wrong with using Tifa as one of your main characters in the game. All right, moving over to Aerith, also another S tier character, probably the most beloved character in this game so far. I'd have to say she's got an insane amount of utility, the best healer in the game by far, just strictly from animations alone, even though it is 5 ATB, but she's also got the most powerful heal in the game with Fairy Tail, considering that Mats takes a little bit more time to cast. She also has Mithril Rod to give you guys physical defense, magic defense up. Also has the free Chocobo Staff to give you a bigger magic defense up. Has DPS with Prism Rod, with the new ice weapon that she recently had. Also with the ability now to add a cure into one of the slots to make it an AoE cure if you want to go full DPS with a little bit of extra utility. But overall, Aerith is probably the most beloved character in this game so far. They treat her like an absolute goddess, and rightfully so. So she is the total package for magic DPS, as well as full on the best utility healing unit in the game for sure. Now, speaking of magic DPS, the only one that even matches up, actually is a little better, is Sefiroth. I'm actually going to give Sefiroth one step lower here in the list. And the reason behind that is because Sefiroth doesn't have the same level of utility as the other 3 do. Sefiroth is the best magic damage dealer in the game, but he also is like low on the HP scale, like super low. So you do have to build him a little differently. Now, he does obviously have the Kuja Spirit Sword, which gives him a great debuff option in physical attack and magic attack down, which just recently came out for him. He's easily the best ice damage dealer in the game because of his garb and his edged wings. and pairing him with Shiva just does even more damage there too. Great with physical damage with the Gale Wings as well as Glareed, and also has a non-elemental damage weapon in the Shinra Blade, and Ionobi, of course, to raise his own magic attack. So Sephiroth is incredible for a lot of different reasons. Easily the best magic damage dealer, but unfortunately cannot fill every role like the other three can. So that puts him one level down right now. But of course, this may change in the future depending on what comes out after this. Right now, keeping in mind also we have another character coming out very soon in Yuffie, so she'll be added to this list as well, and we'll kind of see where she's at. She's probably going to have the smallest set of weapons for the time being, but again, we'll see where she lands. Okay, next up, let's do Matt. Matt right over here. Matt's close to an S tier, to be honest. So Matt here can pretty much do it all. His limit break is nice because he does a single target damage, or he does a barrier, which can help your team survive. But not only that, he's got Prime Number, which is one of the main healing weapons in the game. So again, I would put him, honestly, I might even put him in S tier. He has physical DPS with Killer Hornet. He's got great magic DPS with a lot of his weapons. Also has, if I recall, it's called Absolute Loyalty or something, which gives you magic defense up. So he can literally fill any role from the First Soldier side. So you guys can see here, we've got the Final Fantasy 7 cast and the First Soldier cast here that can pretty much do it all. So I would say Matt definitely belongs in S tier as well too. If you run him as your main healer, or if you run him as your main utility, you understand why. And he's no slouch with DPS. The only reason why he would be just a little bit lower in the tier list, quite honestly, is because they just don't have as many outfits and garbs out for him versus like someone like Aerith, Tifa, and Cloud. But it doesn't mean it takes away from how good he actually is as a unit. And the more garbs that get released for him, the better he'll be anyway. So in my opinion, I think he's S tier. You could argue a little bit that he might be closer to A tier because of the lack of garbs. But because of his weapons, you know what? Okay, you know what? We'll leave him in A tier. I think he belongs, I have to admit, because of the lack of garbs, and again, this is completely a dev decision, we'll leave him in A tier, okay? All right, moving on. Zack. I would say A tier as well too. So great magic user, great physical user, has black whiskers, which can do water element down as well as physical damage down. Just came out with Twinkling Star, which also has the ability to do, if I recall, its magic attack down as well as magic defense down. So a nice double weapon there, plus the ability to heal with it as a support materia, getting much stronger. And is the only real Crisis Core character, but Zack is a total package in regards to like magic versus physical. I think he's better than magic than Cloud is, but a little lower in the physical aspect. Not as good as Sephiroth in magic, but better in physical. So again, he's kind of like a jack of all trades. Has really good utility as well too. Unfortunately, just doesn't fit every single role like the other three do, but definitely an A-list character. Okay, moving over. Let's go Lucia. Lucia. So here's the thing with Lucia. They've kind of screwed her with her outfits, right? The only one that actually looks really good and actually is useful is the outfit that she got for the Christmas one, which is the Arcanum for Earth, and she's the only one with an Earth weapon. She does have the ability to do Bald Eagle, which is Blizzard resistance down, or I guess, yeah, Blizzard resistance down. I'm trying to reword it somehow. And obviously has really, really good limit breaks in regards to her second, the Cerulean something, if I recall, Raven maybe it's called, and which does physical attack and magic attack down. Unfortunately, the cast time is a little longer, but overall, great DPS for physical mostly, good utility. Can't do it all, unfortunately. Isn't really going to be a healer in any way, but amazing DPS. And now with the magic ability to do earth damage, she brings a different layer to that nobody else can with that earth weapon, because currently nobody else has an earth weapon. So I was very much struggling to put her in the A section or B. I chose B just again because she isn't as good as utility wise as some of these guys, but from a DPS perspective, she would definitely be up here with A with Sephiroth. I'd say from a physical perspective. So I would probably put her there, but just not quite as good as the other three in my opinion. Just my opinion again, okay guys? And I've leveled her to 65 and I do use her. I know Marcus is going to be mad about this one, so I apologize to my boy Marcus for that. All right, next up, Barret. Barret's a tough one. Barret, I would say even here, I think we can put him in A. Barret's really good because he has a lot of different things he brings to the table. He can bring magic attack. He can bring great limit breaks to do CCs or just overall damage. He's got really good buffing, so he's got the physical buff for everybody. He's got really good debuffs as well. He can do magic attack down and physical defense down. And he's got overall the Heavy Hauser, which is one of the best weapons. And not to mention, all of his weapons that are sub-weapons are pretty critical for most of the physical characters out there, as well as some of the magical characters, right? You take an example of Flame Projector, which is a magic weapon which can do AoE magic attack, but also as a sub-weapon increases fire potency and gives you magic attack bonus. Enemy Launcher, which increases physical stance potency as well as attack. So Barret actually can do pretty much everything, just not quite as well as the three over here. So there you guys have it. Those are the A, S, and B. Now moving over to C, I'm going to give Glenn the advantage here over this. He does have better overall weapons, in my opinion, than Red 13. Red's kind of been screwed. Red has one advantage, and then that's the Seaside Collar. Realistically, that's the most important part, that, in my opinion, for Red currently. Quite honestly, Red's limit breaks are a little bit better, in my opinion, but I think Glenn overall has the better options and better DPS. So I'm going to put Glenn above there, and then unfortunately Red will fall under D. So it used to be Lucia, but now Red's kind of taking that over. I do think Red is a great character, don't get me wrong. I just if we're just rating them, this is where I would put Red 13. And again, it's not to hate on him. I do like him as a character, but if I have to choose between who I would use versus not use, Red would be last on the list, and he is actually last on my list. All right, guys, this is Payne. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think and what you guys would change and why, and we'll talk about it there. See you guys in the next one.